Hi there! In a world where nothing is certain, that means anything is possible, right? If you want to fulfill your dreams and desires, you are in the right place. You absolutely can have a life of happiness. Everyone deserves an abundance of love, laughter, success, health and wealth. I'm Tara Chadzakis and you're listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. The show that brings you meditation, mindset and motivation. So start by giving yourself permission to be awesome. Sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Hi there and welcome to this week's episode of Happy, Inspired, Motivated. You know, I had an interview with a gentleman called Terry the other day, and Terry was a cancer survivor and he was very motivational and he helped people find their passion and feel alive again. And it was such a blessing talking to him. I loved it. And one of the things that he said really stuck in my head, and it was a quote. And he said, if you live life casually, your life will be a casualty. And I thought that was really, really powerful because we spend so much time just going through the motions and we don't ever stop and think about what we're doing and whether or not we're living our life to our full potential. And that is such a shame. And when we do that, we then, we can't complain if our lives hit the tracks and they just explode because we can't have an opinion on something that we're taking for granted. And we often do that. You see people and it's such a shame that they have such passions and they're so powerful inside and they've got so much that they could give to the world and share. They could be closet actors or singers or motivational speakers or artists or chefs or cooks or anything. There's so much inside of us that a lot of us don't let out, and it is such a waste of our potential. We come to this world, and when we're younger we have all these ideas and dreams and passions, and we're going to be everything. We're going to be ballerinas, we're going to be famous singers, we're going to be heads of industry. And then as we grow older, we start getting conditioned by limiting beliefs and people saying to us, well, you can't do that, or people from our neighborhood don't ever get those kind of positions, or who do you think you are? You can't be a famous person because, well, it doesn't happen to people like us. And you start to be conditioned by society around you and what their beliefs are. And, it would be so amazing if we never had to go through any of that. If all of society from as soon as we were born, everyone was saying all the time, oh, you can do this, you can be what you want, live your passion, live your dreams. If people were doing that, that would be absolutely phenomenal. And this world would be a completely different place. There wouldn't be a lack or scarcity of anything. We would be fulfilled and happy and alive and loving, and we would be living our full true potential. But we don't. We allow things to stop us from being the best version of ourselves. And we get sucked into, getting the job and then building a home. And, we think success is then, we get given a version of success. And that is to have a job, to buy a home, to get married, to have kids. And that becomes our idea of success, our measure of success. But it doesn't have to be. I was doing a challenge this week, and it was Queen Bee's challenge, Danny Wallace's, and that challenge was about really looking at your self-sabotaging behaviours, the things you tell yourself, and these kind of things. I love them because every time I do something like this, it gives me new insight and it refuels me. You don't learn these things once and that's it. You keep learning and you keep growing, and every time you hear the same thing that you already know, you get something new from it. You never ever go away with exactly what you came with. There's always something that sparks a new idea inside you, or a new aha moment, a new acknowledgement. And that was one of the things this past week, the fact that we're given a measure of success, and people say you have to do this to be successful, and we believe it, and we put our dreams and our goals on the back burner because they don't necessarily measure up to that level of success. They're, somebody else's success could actually be living in a beach hut and traveling the world and just working bar jobs or something, but they've got the freedom and they're wanting to travel, and that's what they're doing, and that is their measure of success. But if you measure your success on the traditional norm, you might be really, really unhappy, and you might not know why. You might think, well, I have the job, I have the house, I have the family, I have the car. Why am I not feeling fulfilled? And the reason is because that is not your version of success. That is not what is going to light you up and fuel you and set your heart racing, because that is not what your soul needs. Your soul might need freedom. For me, my soul needed to be working for myself and working with other people and helping them achieve their dreams, because that was so important to me, to be able to motivate people and inspire them and give them ideas and help them grow their businesses, help them grow their purpose and passion. And that is my passion and purpose. My business is not to create a grand company that I'm the CEO of and I'm an invisible head at the top of industry. That doesn't interest me whatsoever. I'm interested in helping other people get to that level if that's what they want. I'm helping other people achieve their dreams, and that is what fuels me. So my version of success, yes, of course, I want a secure home. I want to have enough financial abundance to be able to live the life on my terms, travel when I want to, shop for things without looking at the price tag. And that is part of my dream too. But it's not working my way up the corporate ladder. It's not being invited to the good parties. It's not having, a certain watch on my arm, or it's those kind of things are not interesting to me. But I did try and follow those originally, as does everybody, because that's what we're taught we need to do. And often the dreams and passions that we have are not taking us in that direction, so we tend to push them under the carpet and listen to what other people are saying to us and follow their version of success and their version of an accomplished life. And that's one of the reasons why we have so many limiting beliefs that stop us from doing things. As I've said before, limiting beliefs are things that we believe that stop us from moving forward. And they're often related to, it could be money related, things like money doesn't grow on trees and you have to work hard for your money, or you can't have it all. You can't have your cake and eat it. I've said these so many times and they still ring true. These kind of things are what stop us from moving forward, because we think to ourselves, can I be successful doing what I love doing? And when you're told, you have to work hard for your money and money doesn't grow on trees, you start to question, well, I have this job. It's a safe job, as safe as jobs can be, I suppose. I shouldn't rock the boat. I shouldn't follow my dreams and leave the job, that security that I've got, because there might not be financial reward if I follow my dreams. The work that I'm doing, for example, feels very easy to me because I'm passionate about it and I love it. When I'm working on my business, me personally, the hours just fly by and I don't even realize the time of day because I'm so in my zone, and time just, it's irrelevant. I don't watch the clock. I don't wonder what time it is. I'm not counting down the hours till 5 o'clock. I'm in the zone, I'm flowing, and I'm loving what I do, and I don't care what time it is. And, people say if you enjoy what you do, then you're never going to work a day in your life. And that is true, because it doesn't feel like work. And that thing that doesn't feel like work, because you're so in love with it and you enjoy it so much, that is what you should be doing. Not the thing that makes you look at the clock and count it down. My God, is it 5 o'clock yet? Damn, no, it's only 10:05. that kind of business, that kind of work is just soul destroying. But we do believe that if something is so easy, first of all, we shouldn't be doing that as a job, because we're told we have to work really hard for our money. And if it doesn't feel like hard work, then obviously it's not going to be successful, because why should we get paid to do things that we enjoy? If it's so easy for you to do, you feel awkward charging for it as well, because it feels wrong to ask people to pay you for something that you love doing. And that's another measure as well, that you can, if you feel like that, if you feel you should be giving it away because it's so easy and it's so amazing and you enjoy it so much, then that definitely should be your business, because that just proves how good you are at it, and proves how much you love doing it, and your contribution, you want to give it to everybody and you want everybody to experience it. But the limiting beliefs get in the way and they stop us from moving forward. Or if we're moving towards that goal, we get self-sabotage and they stops us from doing what we want to do. Or we might procrastinate and stop ourselves from doing things that we know we need to do in our business. But we just haven't got time, or it's not perfect enough, so we don't do them. And as a result of that, it sets your business back. And that is just a safety mechanism that your ego's running through to try and keep you safe and keep you in the traditional, what you've been brought up to believe is the right way to live. It's trying to keep you in the 9 to 5, and it's trying to keep you working for somebody else and not following your dreams and being miserable. And I know this is a bit of a tangent, really, I guess, but we're bombarded every single day by adverts on the TV, on the radio, on social media. We cannot get away from them, and they're all about us buying things, or basically giving somebody else our money. And they're not things that we necessarily need, but the adverts are so clever that they make us want them. They make us feel that if we don't have these things in our lives, then we're not successful. We're not complete. Our lives have got a gap in them because we haven't got this one thing. And they're very clever at doing that, but they also keep us slaves. So, if you're looking at these things, I've done it before. I've been on, as we know, Facebook and everybody else is spying on us all the time. They know what we want. They know what we Google. They know what we search for, what we talk about. And I've been, discussing things with my kids, and I'm sure Alexa's been earwigging in the corner. And then I've gone on Facebook and there's been an advert for whatever we've been talking about. And that is just a reminder of, hey, Tara, you need to buy this. You haven't bought something like this before, or you haven't bought this in a while. You were just talking about this. You need to buy it. And keeping me in that slavery of wanting more material things all the time. I could buy something that I didn't need, but I either wanted it in the at the time, or I've thought, oh my God, that's a really useful thing. I should get that. When you go to the supermarket and they have things on the end of the aisles, and you're doing your shopping, and you see something there, and you look at it, you think, oh my God, I haven't had that in years, or that's a really good idea. And it wasn't on your shopping list, but you buy it anyway. And that kind of slavery to consumerism is another thing that's keeping us trapped, because we can't break free of the 9 to 5. We can't take the risk or the chance or the opportunity to go out on our own and create our own business. And possibly in the beginning, we might not have the funds while the business is getting started. We might not have the free cash, but if you stay in your job, you're going to have lots of money, and you've got lots of things that you can buy with that money. You think about when you were starting out your first job. Let's say you earned 10 grand a year, and that money, it was enough for you to live off. And then now you might be earning 40 grand a year, 60 grand a year. Your salary has increased so much, but do you have any money left at the end of the month? Can you save that money? No, because you live to your means. So the more money you make, the more you spend. And why do you spend it? Because you've been conditioned to have that as a measure of success, the amount of things you've got, the new car that you've got, the clothes that you're wearing, or, the fact that you can go out and you can buy things that you find that you didn't need and they just end up in the cupboard anyway. So we have all these things going on in our head, and it's the best way to keep us stuck where we are, but we're not living our dreams, we're not living our passion, we're not following what is our authentic truth within us. So I want you to think about what is keeping you scared, what is stopping you from taking that chance and starting your own business. What is stopping you from following your dreams and your passions? Is it something that people have said to you? Is it the opinion of other people in your life? Is it because you don't see anybody else in your surroundings that's actually done this brave thing? Quite often we measure ourselves by the people that we hang out with. So, if all your friends are working, if none of your friends are entrepreneurs, then it can be quite daunting because you don't know where to start and you don't know how to step into that role. So one thing you can do is to start finding people that actually do this. If you want to become a coach, find other people who are coaches, hang out with them in Facebook groups for a little while, get to know them, ask them questions, feel their passion, and that's going to spark the passion in you that, oh my God, I want to be doing this every day as well. So really tap into what you want to do and feel how you would feel if that was your life. If you woke up every morning and you did the thing that fuels you, that lights you up inside, that you absolutely love doing, if that was your work, something that you love so much that you don't care if you get paid for, how would that make you feel? If you could do that instead of watching the clock and waiting for Friday to come and desperately booking the summer holidays, you should do the work that you don't need a holiday from because you love it that much. Well, I hope I've given you a little bit of food for thought there, a little exercise to do to get into the powerful feeling of living your dreams on your terms and doing exactly what you want to do. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you subscribe, rate and review the show. Remember, the more you rate and review, the easier it is for us to get in front of the people who need to hear this message right now. And this is a powerful message. And this message is really important at this moment in time. So please share with your friends if they haven't found the show yet. And until we speak again, I'm sending you lots and lots of love for an absolutely phenomenal day. Thank you for listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. I'll be back next week bringing more meditation, mindset and motivation for your happy and successful life. To find out more about our community, go to tarachatzakis.com/happy, inspired, motivated.